they're getting in danger. They're slowly getting in danger of going near the bottom where you don't want to be, like almost the bottom two.
But still, they really need to pray for Vicious and Delicious and Hobbs Raven to get another 0-2, and they will secure their 8th spot.
It's very painful to watch, especially for OBS Raven and Vicious and Delicious. I mean, these teams, I'm pretty sure even though they're done playing, they're still watching because these teams' performances will affect their standing as well.
And of course, they will plan out what their strategy is going to be for the next couple of games.
That's right. Right now, speaking of games, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Starting into the bans. Fanny, they don't want to
deal. They don't want that Mikasa.
Yeah.
That Mikasa character. So let's go.
You know what? Previously Martis was always banned, but right now Hellkurt is the one who's getting banned as well. And Martis is always left open so far. I think the teams are discovering that Martis is there. There's a way that you can control
to kill the Martis. To get the Martis.
As long as you control the early game, like we saw earlier, the Martis was picked like very easily, but he was 1 and 2 at 20 plus minutes.
Plus he is at level 5 and her enemy Fanny is at level 7.
So
I don't know, maybe the teams are now adapting to the recent meta.
Exactly.
Speaking of the recent meta again, first priority pick, of course, without the Lancelot, you will go for the Gusion.
Exactly.
And what is the main counter for the Gusion? Lockdowns. Ven with the Chu and Kirito with the Hayabusa.
Yeah, great power play here from the Hayabusa. It's actually very ballsy. Like, you showed your damage source very early. That opens Aether Valkyrie to try to control that with, there you go, with an Akai.
Okay.
Akai and Kagura, great control for Hayabusa. Use the shielding from the Kagura and use the Akai's Wind Dance to lock down the Hayabusa. It's very difficult for it.
I am now suggesting a Diggy for Invictus Gods to counter the Akai, to counter the Kagura, and for Chu and Hayabusa to position themselves for great pickups.
Yeah, because it's gonna be easier for Invictus Gods to move around, to not get locked down if they choose it. But I don't think they're gonna go for it. They go for Lolita instead.
Well, the Lolita provides a good amount of
shielding.
Shielding and CC because of the hammer time. And of course, if you have an Akai on your team, Aether Valkyrie will group together. I will group up together.
Exactly.
So with the threat of the pumpkin smash, the Chu and the Harley will land their skills very easily.
Yes, it's gonna be a lot more difficult for again Aether Valkyrie to get in. But now they realize that they pick a very, very strong hero to get into the fights, and that is the Johnson.
Oh man, are we looking at another 30-minute game?
I actually from the lineup,
from the looks of it,
I am actually expecting a very, very long game as well. A lot of tankiness on the side of Aether Valkyrie, but a lot of mobility on the side of IG.
Yeah, man. Let's see. The Johnson is now in town. So
man,
the combination here is that Gusion will go inside Johnson.
Exactly.
And then the Harley will just follow up, or maybe the Akai will just follow up for the pickoff. But let's see. Okay.
Now, you know what?
Okay.
Oh, here we go again. Round 2 for this new hero pick. I love it. I love it.
Shout outs to all of the slippers and the sandals from Karina Sanchez. Again, guys, go check that out. Karina.
You'll get what we're talking about. Right now, IG blocking down the Karina as the last pick.
I kind of don't like this Karina pick.
IG's composition, yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like it seems very difficult to pull off, you know? Like, how can you get in? It's going to be difficult for the Cho to get into the fight.
Yeah, and in terms of late game, we saw earlier that the Karina did not do much. Yeah. Plus, there's more crowd control from Aether Valkyrie. The Johnson can chase down the Karina if he wants to. The Akai, Hurricane Dance is the Yin Yang Overturn. We don't have any counters for the crowd control for Invictus God. So I don't know, man. maybe in terms of lineup, I'm kind of favoring the lineup of Aether Valkyrie.
I actually agree with that. I mean, Aether Valkyrie has a great tanky lineup, but still has some damage on the back with that Gushan, with the Lapu Lapu, and as well as the Kagura. I mean, Kagura, she's known as a great control mage in the middle, but he has a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, besides that, let's go into the Celestial Palace, ladies and gentlemen. Helena using the Lolita Vampire as the Karina once again. Vladimir will be using that Shu. Van as the Johnson, Ogdemod as the Gushan, and they will meet up here in the mid lane.
And right now, both teams just trying to position themselves properly in a very safe, manner. While I think a lot of the power for Aether Valkyrie again will depend on Ogdemod with that Gushan, and they will have to control that. Invictus Gods has to keep their eyes in the mid lane.
Gonna keep your eyes on me,
exactly.
says Invictus Gods. So it's going to be a standard lane, Mr. Rockhart, for the first game. Unlike the second game, will both of the teams getting objectives from the other team? But right now, still stalemate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit more difficult for IG to start fights early because again, the Johnson's still very tanky even though it's early, but now they're going for a fight.
They will go for the Mr. Krabs. Who will get it? Retribution. I'm kind of confused who got it, but I'm guessing it went to the hands of Invictus Gods.
Yeah, because they have more gold. Yeah, definitely. And right now, Aether Valkyrie lost that fight on the top. They did a lot of damage, but right now on the bottom lane, though,
man.
EJ fighting head-to-head with Helena and Ven.
They equalize it. A crab for a crab, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that.
Yeah, you want that crab? I'ma get my own crab too, mate.
Yeah, the crab, very, very early, very important early resource for both teams, and they did switch up top for bottom, but on the bottom lane, Invictus Gods, they're playing very, very scared under the tower, man.
It's an equal equation for the top lane, the bottom lane. Right, I'm guessing that the game will be determined because of the rotation the mid lane.
That's right, and we will have to wait for whoever goes for the turtle first. IG being very, very proactive, getting more objectives on the map.
Because of the Karina, but meanwhile, figure out for Mr. Ogdemod, and will the Deadly Magic finish him up? No, it won't. But still, the Karina will be taken down by the Changu.
That's right, and of course, Kirito has to run for his life. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. He goes down. Kenji with the kill.
Oh man, now 2-0 Aether Valkyrie, even though Invictus Gods getting the upper hand in terms of experience. That was a nice pickup for Aether Valkyrie to equalize the gold and the experience.
And it's actually, the gold is super duper even right now as we speak. We're still waiting for any team to make a big 5-man decision. I think that's gonna come later on, but so far Aether Valkyrie again rotating around the map more cleanly than Invictus God so far.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Let's see. No amount of physical damage actually for Aether Valkyrie in the early game. It's because of the Gushan. Gushan still needs his items.
Yes, exactly.
For him to burst down any heroes.
Yeah, of course the Gushan is gonna come later, but the Akai, EJ goes up into the fight.
Hurricane dance of that!
You have been slain.
That was a risky move for the Akai to go in.
Very, very risky actually. I mean, he dove into 3 members of IG, and because of that, they will suffer so many losses. On the top lane. Ogdemod also goes down.
Again, man, like we've said earlier, no damage whatsoever for Gushan in the early game. And that was a late response for Van and the Lapu Lapu. Meanwhile, the Pumpkin Smash being committed to the Lapu Lapu.
Oh my god, and right now Aether Valkyrie is dying slowly on the top lane. Invictus Gods takes the lead finally in the gold tallies.
Still, it's just an equal game right now, man.
Yeah, even though the Invictus Gods won that and they will get this turtle, I still feel like Aether Valkyrie is still in a great position. Like, look at this now, though.
Speaking of great position, this is not good.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake for Gushan. He tries for the turtle, but That was a late reaction coming in from him.
Super duper late as we speak though. IG goes for the mid lane. Way of the Dragon locks down Lapu Lapu. He will go down.
Because of the deadly magic.
That's right. And all of that was played under the tower. So this is IG very, very confident.
Oh man, here we go. Changu has been slain. Vladimir and company is really putting out the pressure from Aether Valkyrie. Oh man, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, I mean IG, once they heard that, they went gear 5. They started picking off IG, and I think that's partly because of the mistakes of Aether Valkyrie.
IG needs to finish the game early. The Karina doesn't scale very well into the game.
Yeah, I mean the Karina is there. He has a lot of power, but again, they have to take advantage of this very early play if they want to get ahead of the game.
Yeah, as long as the Gushen is being shot down, Aether Valkyrie will have a hard time going back.
That's right. And of course, this is Aether Valkyrie still holding on. They're defending very well against Invictus Gods, but will they be able to once that Lord spawns? 25 seconds, they think they're just waiting for it.
6 minutes in the game, ladies and gentlemen. 9 kills in total, but in favor of Invictus Gods, and they are now pressing up the lanes, pushing down the tier 1 turrets, going into the tier 2. Here comes the deadly magic, lands into the Johnson. He will just control it up. And there you go. Lord is resurrecting soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that
girl announcer.
That announcement.
Yeah.
Right there. In IG, they want to still go for it. I mean, I think they're trying to engage fights, but they're not. It's like they're trying to catch people, but you know they have slippery hands.
They're faking it. They're faking, but this is not fake. Helena has been slain. Gushen, for now, will get another kill. Will get his first kill, actually.
Exactly, and of course, this is more gold for Invictus Aether Valkyrie, but Invictus Gods, they're still very mad. Yeah, they will start zoning around the Lord area, but man, Aether Valkyrie is having a hard time in this game.
Let's see, man. They are just controlling the minions for their side, and for them to get the advantage in the Lord. But they're waiting for a hero right now.
Yeah, I think they're baiting the Lord, man. They wanna debate. They wanna debate as much as they can.
Debated.com.
Yeah, if they can catch one person scouting, I think that's gonna be a great advantage for them. 4 members of Invictus Gods on the bottom lane right now. Still waiting for that, and I think they're waiting too long.
They're waiting too long. Yeah. Actually, they're just. I'm guessing that Harley is using his Facebook right now.
That's
standing still, but
oh my god!
Spoke too soon once again. Here we go, another clash into the top lane, but no casualties whatsoever. 4-7. The Gushen will take down that turret.
That's right, and more again, the gold is good. They actually really need that. Aether Valkyrie needs that gold if they want to get back. This Johnson is going to be a bit harder to kill later, so that's the advantage that Aether Valkyrie has. They have a solid tank. But right now, Ogdemod gets.
Meanwhile, here comes the shadow, the wave, the dragon, the 3-man Naka for the Lolita. Kenji uses his shield. Vladimir goes out with that flying kick, and there you have it.
Right there, they do have. They did assassinate Gushen again. That was a lot of mistakes being made by Ogdemod in terms of positioning.
And oh man, the panda, the show pal, uses the Hurricane Dance to get away. Here we go. Lapu Lapu is here from the backside, but still Johnson protecting his friend, but will the panda fall? No, he won't. Vladimir dashes in and out, but there is the immortality present. 1 HP left. Trying to confuse Aether Valkyrie because Invictus Gods will go for the Lord, who will get the rash hit. Retribution, last hit for Mr. Gushen, and there you have it, man.
Man, IG is super duper strong right now. Van is trying to zone up as much as he can, but Ogdemod is here to the rescue. But is he too late? And right now, the Akai, wow, EJ, he's actually making up
for a lot. He's alive, and here we go, Helena Running for her life, EJ. Cha-cha-cha! Vladimir.
He's left alone
The
as
way
well.
of the dragon.
Whoa! He jumps out of the way and he gets the chase as well.
But
he buys time for his team.
But he is the Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna do a lot of those fancy footwork. Even though he's big, he moves fast.
But meanwhile, the first hero from the Philippines, Lapu-Lapu, pressuring the tier 2 turret in the top lane.
Yes, and in the mid lane though, Aether Valkyrie is also giving up a lot of pressure with the Johnson and the Kagura. Tower is very, very low. One more hit and it'll go down. They do take more gold for themselves.
The police, Mr. Police Officer Johnson retaining in the top lane. They will go for the tier 3. Full HP for the Lord, Mr. Rockhart.
That's right, and the tower is not gonna be long for this world. Oh my god, the Johnson is on the back end.
The police at the bottom of the bridge gets hit by the Lolita ultimate. And here comes the Unicorn. That's where Mr. EJ Vladimir runs for his life. Pops that immortality. Lord is still here, but he will fall down. Karina not doing much for that fight, Mr. Rockhart.
And it is an exposed Nexus in the middle. They are fighting around that killing spree for that Cho. And the Harley gets taken out. Man, EJ is going for it solo.
Capiche!
Says
the panda.
Yeah, the Dragon Warrior prevails on the back door.
Skadoosh. Is that Skadoosh or Capiche?
I think that's Skadoosh.
Yeah, Skadoosh is
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, that's good to say.
Yeah.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
And because of that backdoor by the Dragon Warrior, EJ, Aether Valkyrie win up game 2 as well. That's a 2-0.
Yeah, man, the Nostras are real.
That's right.
Yeah, like we've said, we favor the lineup of Aether Valkyrie.
That's right, and that's something that we've said over and over again. Aether Valkyrie, even though they can be behind